what's up YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a what to buy on eBay video. I try to do these every week. Vintage collection, vintage Kenner items, and some graded comics every single week. And in the video description, there are eBay affiliate links for the channel that help support the channel. It's no extra cost to you, and I've got everything listed there so you can go check it out on eBay and see if there's anything that you want to bid on or buy in buy it now situation. So let's dig in. The first one is a beautiful CAS 85 grade VC20 Canadian Yoda. So this is the tough to find holy grail among the vintage collection multi-language name pill Canadian Yoda. This one is a punched example, and again, it's graded 85 by CAS. 85, 90, 95 are the subscores, so very high grade. I bought from this seller before, Star Wars Fan 29, very trusted seller, so even if you're here in the U.S., you don't have to worry about the item arriving with any damage. Always packs really well, and this is a beauty. 85, 90, 95 again are the scores. The starting bid price on that one is 800 pounds, which is $974. Very, very reasonable starting price. There are a ton of watchers on this one already, so I expect this one to sell. As of the making of this video, there's 4 days, 7 hours left as of the making of this video, and Sunday at 2:29 Central Time is when this auction ends. I expect this one to sell with as many watchers as it has going right now. Some other vintage collection. We've got some Razor Crest pack-ins. First, we've got the Grogu with the Chrome Prom. The starting bid on this one is $35. $35 plus $10 shipping. I just documented in the vintage collection video yesterday a pair of these sold for I believe it was $106 for both the Grogu and the Jawa off-world Jawa Elder, and then another one in a buy it now situation for both of them that sold for $130. So $35 starting bid. That's the lowest I've ever seen. You know, that's a pretty good starting point, and it's also buy it now for $50, which is very reasonable. So maybe you get lucky in an auction and you can get it for cheaper. It does have a little bit of edge wear on the back of the card, but nothing major. So it's not perfect, but for $35, you can't really beat that price. Again, the same seller also has the off-world Jawa Elder from the Razor Crest HasLab project, and there's the back of the card there. This one's in a little bit better shape, and so the starting bid on that one is $40 plus $10 shipping. And there are a lot of watchers on both of those already, so I expect both of those to sell. Next up, I got a really reasonable buy it now for an unpunched U.S. release for the Return of the Jedi VC64 Princess Leia and her slave outfit. So beautiful unpunched example, and it's a buy it now for $280. There are 6 watchers on this one. It just got listed, $10 shipping, but we just documented on the channel one that sold for $320. So this one is $40 cheaper, and it looks to be in absolutely immaculate condition. Again, this is the Return of the Jedi, so, you know, it's not apples to apples versus the unpunched Revenge of the Jedi, but both of them did have the prototype Boba Fett offer sticker on the front of the card. And, you know, again, $280, $10 shipping. That's a pretty good offer right there. And there's 6 watchers on it. Next up, let's go to some vintage Kenner items. We've got an overstock made in China Luke Bespin baggie, beautiful heat sealed baggie that's in pretty immaculate condition. No torso discoloration on this one. This is the dark brown hair version of Luke Bespin. And, you know, it might be a little high, just a tad high, but there's 19 watchers on it. It's listed for $400. To me, $350 is probably the right number. You might want to watch that one and see if he makes you an offer, or you can maybe message him and see if he'll take a little bit less. But it's not too far off, just given how immaculate the condition is. This is easily probably an 85 grade baggie, and again, it's the made in China blank raised bar version of Luke Bespin. You can see that blank raised bar on the back of the leg there. So beautiful example, and again, it's $400, free shipping, but maybe you watch it and see if he makes you an offer. I'm surprised this one hasn't sold yet. I sent this one out as a buy it now alert to my Patreon supporters. This is a clear blister 65 back A Biker Scout made in Hong Kong. This is not the made in Mexico. So it's tough to find this one with a clear blister. It's pretty amazing condition. There are 17 watchers on it. It's a buy it now for $400. And I think I got an offer from the seller for around $350. So maybe you could make it, you know, message the seller to see if he'll take a little bit less than that. But it's a buy it now for $400, which even at that buy it now price, I think that's very reasonable given that it's a clear blister in pretty immaculate condition. I think it would grade all day long at an 80 grade, if not higher. So there you go. Next up, I've got a loose graded UKG 80% tri-logo PBP Boba Fett. And this one is graded again 80%. And the subgrades on that one are 85 for the figure, 80 for the paint. This is the unpainted knee, painted knee, unpainted dart. So this one is a little bit tougher to find than the unpainted knee, unpainted dart, which is the most common for the tri-logo Fets. This is probably the second most common, but this is the painted knee. You can see that little utility thing on his shin has been painted yellow. So if you're looking for a fairly high grade Spanish PBP tri-logo Boba Fett, the buy it now price on this one is £275, or you can make an offer. There's 15 watchers on that one. Next up, there's another pretty good deal. This is a tri-logo Palatoy Dengar that I think would grade an 80. It's got, just some very slight dings to the top of the blister, but the card is in pretty great shape. I think it would grade an overall 80 pretty easily. And this one's over in the UK for £285, which is 347 US dollars. That's about what I paid, if not higher, for my example. And mine only graded a 75 with CAS. And I think this one's in better shape. So there's 6 watchers on this one. So you could, again, make an offer on that one. Next up, CIB over at, AF is affiliated with AFA Collectibles Investment Brokerage. They've got some really nice loose graded figures, including a fairly rare, at least for CIB, 1980 static Mexican bootleg Luke Bespin. It's graded CAS 75, and this is definitely a 1980s bootleg. And this is kind of like a dark tan color. I have one of these. Mine's graded a little bit, or mine's a little bit lighter than this one in terms of the color of the plastic. But this one's at auction. It in Sunday evening. Right now the bid is at $51. And CIB also has some beautiful loose graded Spanish figures, including a Spanish PBP Luke X-Wing. Very tough to find this one where the emblems are not rubbed off. And so this one's in pretty decent shape. It was graded 75, pink face, hard torso, and there's also a pale face version, but this one has got the older case style. Right now it's only at $15.50. I think it'll sell for at least a couple $100, if not higher than that. But that one also ends Sunday evening. And then CIB also has a Spanish PBP Stormtrooper graded AFA 80+. This one has the hard torso and limbs, archival case, brand new case style. Yes, please. I would like to buy this myself, but I'm going to send it out to you guys. I want one of y'all to buy it. Right now it's at $85. And again, that one ends Sunday evening. I've got some very, very high grade early card backs from Brian's Toys that are all at auction, and all of them end Sunday afternoon. I didn't pull up all of them, so make sure to go check out his other inventory by clicking on See Other Items on these that are available. But this is a 12-back A Tusken Raider, unpunched. It did have some sticker residue on the price tag there. The subgrades are straight 80s for the Tusken Raider. No discoloration to the cape that I can tell. Beautiful crystal clear blister. Right now, this one's at $457 plus $8 shipping. That's going to sell for a lot of money. Even I would think over $1,000 very easily. Same seller, Brian's Toys, also has this gorgeous transition card for R2-D2. I would love to buy this one myself as well. That's the dangerous thing about making these videos for you guys, because I find all this stuff and I want to bid on it myself, but I'm not going to do it, okay? This is an AFA 80 example. So this is the transitions card back for the Empire Strikes Back, where only the first 21 figures were on this Empire Strikes Back card. This has got the Bosk mail away offer. Crystal clear blister, 75, 85, 80 are the sub scores. Chef's kiss. Unpunched, or this is the punched example, excuse me. No price sticker though. This one's at $411. And again, that one ends Sunday afternoon around 5:05 Eastern time. Here is a qualified grade Rebel Command Center. This is not an item you see pop up very often at auction. And inside the box are 3 baggies for the AT-AT Commander, the R2-D2 sensor scope, and Luke Skywalker Hoth. I've got that baggie for Luke Hoth at CAS right now, but this is for the entire playset, qualified graded, meaning that it's opened, unused contents for this one. So this one's at $300. This one ends Sunday afternoon at 3:22 Eastern time. Really nice item though. That's a tough one, and absolutely awesome box art on this one. I love this. It shows the Millennium Falcon and a Snowspeeder inside Echo Base, and it shows the play set there. So very, very cool item there. I expect that one to go for quite a bit of money. Next up, I've got some comics. I've got a CGC 9.8 for Solo Adaptation #1. This is dead in the water right now in terms of price, and the starting bid price is $50 plus $17 shipping. This is the first appearance of Dryden Voss, young Lando, and young Han Solo, as well as Kira. And I think that this is a pretty decent book, and I paid quite a bit more for mine. I expect this one to sell for $75 or less. So that one's at auction, and that one ends Tuesday it ends Tuesday at 7:08 a.m. Central Time. So it's got a weird end time for the auction. So you might want to watch this one and put a bid in last second, because you'll probably get it for very cheap. I also have some autographed CGC 9.8 Yellow Series, Signature Series labeled comics from One Stop Comic. That's run by Daniel, who is a channel watcher. Not sponsored or anything like that, but I wanted to show these because he's got some absolute fire in terms of autographed comics, all graded 9.8. The first one is an autographed Spencer Wilding Crimson Rain #1. This is the Clayton Crane variant, and you can see there it's signed by Spencer Wilding. That's the actor that portrayed Vader in Rogue One, I believe. And that one's at $52. There's 8 days left on that one, 8 days and change as of the making of this video. Here is a Turkish comic signed by Nika Futterman, who I believe voiced Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars series. This one's at $52, and it ends the same day. This is probably my favorite one of all of them. This is signed by Ray Park, who obviously was the actor who portrayed Darth Maul. This is Darth Maul issue #2, the first appearance of Cad Bane in comics. So you can get a signed version of that book. That's easily the best one in my opinion. I would love to have that book. $76 is the current bid on that one. And then finally, we've got Star Wars #75, the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And this has got Anakin Skywalker with a young Anakin Force Ghost, signed by Hayden Christensen. So pretty awesome book there. This is probably the best book in terms of desirability, but I'm not a huge fan of that cover, but it's at $105. So if you are a big autograph collector, One Stop Comic has a number of examples that are at auction right now, and I didn't include all of them, so go check out his other inventory. But my favorite is that one signed by Ray Park, because that's also the first appearance of Cad Bane in comics, with a close second being this Hayden Christensen signed JTC cover. So that's all I really got for you. It's not a huge batch of items, but enough good stuff that I think you guys will find something to spend your money on. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.